Hey everyone, it's Lori here with you from the Buzzing Bee Collective, and this is a follow-up video on a video I made talking about how to mix paint to do pour painting. Hope that's in focus. This is my special hobby. It's my kind of get away from the world sort of meditation I do. And believe it or not, or believe it, I sell a lot of those glasses. And I love selling them, knowing that they're out there in the world and people are enjoying them. So I thought I would share with you guys the whole process of how these glasses are made from beginning to end, trying to get in every detail and also every little trick and quirky thing I've learned as I've done this. So I did talk about some different kinds of paints in the last video. This is Anita's acrylic. It is a craft paint. It's nothing expensive, especially when you get it on sale, like I said you should. And so that way, you know, when you sell your glasses, there's more profit for you. But it's a really, really good paint. I'm going to show you the consistency here. I would say it's about the consistency of ketchup. Now, the reason I'm talking to you about consistency is because over months and months of doing this, I have learned that there is a special consistency, at least that I like, when I make my glasses. Let me put it to you a different way. When I paint my full paint glasses, like this one, and I'll show you all this later, the paint runs down the glass and then, you know, has to dry to a smooth finish. So what I have learned is that if the paint is too thick, then it's kind of globby and will have lumps. If it's too thin, your design will just run off the glass really quickly and you won't get the pretty variations that you like. So here's what I have learned. Everyone has their own method. Some people use Floetrol. Some people use Elmer's glue to add as a paint additive. But I have found that this process of the painting and then the baking and sealing of my glasses, this works fine for me. So the amount of Liquitex glass medium that I add is usually about, all right, how much paint is in here? See, as you can tell, I'm not like super careful with my measurements. I kind of eyeball it because it's not going to make a huge difference if you add too much or too little. It's just going to give it a little bit extra sheen and viscosity, I guess is a really good word. But as you see, it didn't really thin out the paint very much. This is thick paint. So what I do, and I'll warn you right now, unless you want to waste a lot of paint, add a little bit of water at a time. And I'm going to show you the consistency. Well, that was good. I'm going to show you the consistency that we're going for. Now, here's one of my little tricks. I use these wide tongue depressors or stirrers. I like the wide ones because you can just move more paint around better. And I'm telling you, even when you think it's mixed, it's not mixed. Keep stirring. You can actually feel it. You can feel the water incorporating. And just when you think it's going to be at the right consistency, it's still kind of gloopy. Not exactly where we want it. I've heard people say the consistency they like is like if you had a bowl of ice cream, it started to melt and you stirred it up really well, it'd be kind of like ice cream soup. So when I take a big scoop here, it does not run off of my tongue depressor or my stirrer. It does not run off in a consistent stream. So we're going to add a tiny bit more water. If I could tell you how much I was adding, I would. I just, like I said, I keep stirring until it feels right and until it looks right based on how it runs off of this tongue depressor. So we're stirring and stirring, and when we think we don't have to stir anymore, we keep stirring. Okay, now, watch this. Ooh, yes, much better. There's some bubbles in there too. We'll talk about that later. Well, you know, just keep doing it. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. My hand is shaking. Apparently there's too much coffee going on in this house. Okay, I think that's a good consistency. So here we go. We have our neon green color all mixed. And you guys, I'm telling you, that's as easy as it gets. I actually could probably put, oh gosh, just a smidge more in there. It's better if it's a little too thin as opposed to a little too thick, because if it's too thick, you're just gonna get a gloppy mess on your glass. The colors won't look right. All right, here we go. We're mixing and mixing. Now watch. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. All right, there you go. First lesson in paint mixing. Next step will be color combinations and how to prep your glass, whatever glass it is that you're going to paint.